Okay, thanks to everyone for sending in the questions this week. And the big theme around questions this week has been around volatility in the markets. Now, two questions came in. One of them was around, one, how are you positioned in the market? And essentially, how is PAC dealing with the volatility? And the other questions that came in were all around the esports fund and innovation. And given that sector is so volatile in the growth technology names, how are you dealing with that? So I'll start with the PAC positioning on the portfolios, because at PAC there's two sections of PAC Capital. There is the multi-asset side of PAC Capital, which the first question was mainly focused on, and the second question was mainly focused on our long-short hedge fund strategies. So to answer the first question, look, this volatility, it was pretty well signaled to the market that central banks were going to increase interest rates or start to curb this rising inflation that was happening. And even though it was pretty well signaled, when it happens, markets move. So PAC positioned itself essentially trying to find really uncorrelated assets. We knew that indexes were the ones that were going to move, and that's why we took a position. It happened over the last 6 months really, but the last 3 months, where we started to take managers and positions in asset classes that were trying to be uncorrelated to indexes. So we still have exposure to S&P 500 or ASX 200, but different asset classes now that we're trying to target, whether it be some more property focused, private debt, whether it's water rights. You know, there's a lot of different asset classes that you can find that are uncorrelated, and takes a bit of that pain away that we see on news at night times when you see the market's down 5%. That doesn't really reflect in the PAC portfolio. So that's been good. Still a constant daily thing we review and keeps moving. On the second question, which was mainly asking about esports and innovation, mainly talking about how are we dealing with that at the moment and how are the funds essentially performing. Everyone will see by the month end about how they're performing, but this is essentially why these funds were so important to be able to be not only long, but also be able to be short, which means when we go short a position, that means we are essentially predicting that the market will go down. Now, we took a tactical position a few months ago when these sort of companies started to report their earnings that were lower than expected, that there were going to be some underperformance coming. So we are actually really happy with the way esports and innovation are behaving, because we have quite a heavy short position at the moment in a few of these names, predicting there's a bit more pain to come in these names. We still obviously believe in the sector so much, that's why we did it, but our job is to protect investors' capital, so we need to do the right thing, and at the moment it's positioning really well. So we're really happy. Hope that answered your questions. Please, next week, send through more, because we look forward to answering them as they come in. Thanks.